Tonight on Prospectors, Dwayne's top man finally pushes things too far.
Oh, medic. I get a bad feeling about this.
Just when Rich planned to walk away from the Agnus Dei claim.
Wow.
We're done. We're done as far as finding topaz.
He gets some unexpected news that the claim could contain more topaz than he ever imagined.
I advise you completely to keep digging this pocket.
I'm just beaming.
Topaz.
Yes, it is.
Frickin' topaz.
There it is.
Woo!
And for the Cardwells,
Oh, yes.
it's the biggest week of their entire career.
There's blue everywhere.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
I'm gonna cry.
They're Rocky Mountain treasure hunters,
It's Jimmy.
looking to strike it rich.
Yes!
But the quest for gems comes at a cost. Weather, rock slides, and greed make this a deadly gamble. They are the extreme fortune seekers known as prospectors.
I think you're looking up more in the $250,000 range.
Holy cow!
On Mount White, Dwayne Hall and his crew are headed back to the around-the-corner pocket one last time this season.
One last-ditch effort to see what is left in that hole.
I like last-ditch efforts.
This is my last trip to Mount White for the season, so I'm hoping this is it. It's getting cold up here. This is all gonna freeze up in another week or two. I'm just running out of time. It's now or never. So we're back at the around-the-corner pocket where we started a couple of months ago. We have found some good-sized aqua out of here.
Last time they were here,
This is a triple bam, 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 bam.
they found 3 large segments of a large aquamarine piece. They now want to make sure that's all the pocket has to offer. Maybe because it's just a stone's throw from the famed Blue Rose pocket, the around-the-corner pocket has been a steady earner.
You know, this hole reminds me of a $20,000 racehorse paying for all the hay for all the $1 million racehorses that only race once a year. The round the corner pocket has always hit about every 4 feet. Pop, pop, pop. So we're basically going to try to go back to the last pocket, go 4 feet over, and try it again.
The first job is clearing the granite from the site. And who better to do that than Dwayne's right-hand man, Larry, nicknamed Superman.
All right, boys. And up.
Today, he shows invincibility by working barefoot on the unstable granite.
And up. Today is go for broke. I don't want to quit, and I'm too stubborn and hard-headed. And up.
Because the clock's ticking, we have to beat rocks up real fast.
I don't know. This is a big rock. Think I can pick this up? There's no telling.
High up in the clouds at 14,000 feet on Mount Antero, the Cardwells are returning to the north face to mine.
All right, so we're gonna come right, keep following this trend.
Coming along with the Cardwells' digging crew today is Corey Moore, their jeweler from New York. He's here to see firsthand how the gems that end up in his store are found.
We're really wanting to showcase to the customer where these products are coming from.
He is a primary source for us for all of our fine jewelry settings. And what we're trying to do is paint the picture of where our material comes from and where it ends up at.
All right, Corey, last year's source of aquamarine came a little bit further up the ridge. On our way back to pick up from last year, we stumbled across a couple of really nice blue seams here. We're gonna just go ahead and clean this area out, and we're gonna pick up the blue on this trend here and see if we can flip some rocks, man.
Let's go.
All right, man.
While the Cardwells have had some nice finds this season,
Very awesome.
That there is about a 40-carat chunk.
they still don't have the inventory of aqua they need to fill their clients' needs, and it's getting late in the season.
Let's go ahead and pull all this down, and then we're going in.
Right away, Craig spots signs that they're headed in the right direction.
This is perfect. This is what we're looking for. Right now we're into the barrel seam.
Nice.
It's just a great sign of where we're going.
The barrel they found can be a good indicator that aquamarine is nearby.
Back on it, baby. All right.
I'm very impressed. I'm very surprised and impressed that these guys are up here at 14,000 feet with modern machinery and they're getting after it.
With all signs pointing to a potential aqua pocket, Craig starts digging by hand.
We've picked back up on the top side of the blue. It's about a 1 carat aqua. But you can tell the guys back in New York we're on top of it.
But as soon as they start finding signs of aqua, ominous clouds make their way in.
We got a front coming on the other side. We're getting ice.
On the peak of Mount Antero, storms rush in suddenly, and the lightning is fierce. There's no time for debate on whether to stay or go.
Lightning could spark up any time. Safety is first and foremost up here. So it looks like that's going to probably stamp us out for the day.
All right, let's get out of here, guys.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. With Corey coming up today, you know, it would have been great to hit a big pocket, but he did get to see some of the blue.
Let's get out of here. This weather's bad. I think this is it for the day.
Outside of Lake George, Rich Fredert is taking a very important meeting.
Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Rick. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
I wanted to speak with you about some of the similarities with your Agnus Dei claim and some of the pegmatites I've studied in Ukraine and Volodarsk.
For the first time, he's talking with world-renowned geologist Peter Lickberg, who's taken quite an interest in the Agnus Dei claim. He believes it could be one of only 3 like it in the world.
Well, Rich, you know, you already found something. Those fantastic topaz, the quality and the quantity and the size nobody ever found in North America before.
I've been hitting a very good pocket. I've been really fortunate in that regard.
For the last few years at the Agnus Dei claim, Rich has pulled out some amazing and valuable topaz finds.
Oh my gosh. Woo. Oh. Gosh.
What first drew Peter's attention to the Agnus Dei claim is when he saw pictures of the topaz. He noticed something unusual about their structure that is similar with the topaz from the Ukraine and Finland mines. This prompted him to contact Rich.
What's interesting, and looking at the topaz I've seen of yours from the Ukraine, they're so very similar. They look like they've been recrystallized.
Yes.
And this we haven't seen before in the Pikes Peak batholith.
Okay, so the topaz to the left there that I'm holding, it's very similar in color to the ones you found, you know, completely flawless.
Wow.
They also discovered that the way the pockets and pegmatites were formed are very much alike.
When this granite crystallized, there will be pegmatites of various types at different levels, and here is probably something like your with pockets carrying topaz.
Well, this is exactly what's happening. I'm so very excited. I'm really stoked. From the descriptions of what Peter has shared with me to what I'm actually seeing in my own mind, what I've been digging, the similarities are just incredible.
The Ukrainian and Finland mines are decades old, so Peter can provide a solid glimpse into the future of what's in store for Rich.
I've really learned a lot from the comparisons. I kind of have an idea what to do next, just continue on.
Yes, I advise you completely to keep digging this pocket, but also to think for the future and look of similar deposit.
There's a lot more to explore there. From his description, Peter's description of the Ukraine deposit, there could be other big pockets not far away. So that's very exciting. The conversation has rejuvenated my own self. It's brought this greater excitement now. You know, it's always the thrill of the chase, but the chase, you know, is even bigger now.
But it was really good talking to you, Rich.
And I thank you again. It's just so exciting. You know, I'm just beaming. I'm ecstatic.
Deep in the Colorado Rockies, Rich Fredert has returned to the Agnus Dei claim with mining partners Richard Kawamoto and Gene Cowman.
You think big things are going to happen. So I'm thinking on that big line of this.
Rich is invigorated by advice from renowned Swedish geologist Peter Lickberg.
Yes, I advise you completely to think for the future and look of similar deposits.
For decades, Peter has been studying two very similar mines that produce vast amounts of topaz along with other quality gemstones.
The conversation has rejuvenated my own self. It's brought this greater excitement now. I may not have even found the largest pocket system yet. This could be really, really big in the future.
Rich's mine, along with the analogous mines in the Ukraine and Finland, have a unique geological structure broken out into several layers of material.
What we have is a strata above. You can see it from here to about here. This is the outer zone of the pegmatite, and it's made up of microcline feldspar. There's nothing in it. It's just a clue type of rock. Next, we have the pocket area, where we have this quartz to here. All of this area has produced open pockets, one of which is about 8 foot long, 4 foot wide, of large to small quartz crystals. Then we have what we call a rind. It's a separation, and down below it, right in here is where we find our topaz. And we don't find the topaz with quartz or anything else in this zone. It's separated.
This unusual configuration of layers from microcline and feldspar above, through the quartz layer and the rind, down to the healthy and rare topaz pockets, leads Peter Lickberg to advise Rich that there could be much more here, like there was in the Ukrainian mine.
Should we look at our options over here?
Set a game plan?
All season, they've been digging on the left side of a giant boulder that covered their original topaz pocket. And now that location has become too dangerous. So they now have to move to the right side, an area they were avoiding because of the level of difficulty.
I'll tell you what, this is gonna take some brutal work to move this. We got this tree that slid down with the boulder in the way. It's a lot of quartz to move, and look at, and the topaz is under that. The productive area is back there. Wow.
High atop Mount Antero, the Cardwells, along with mining partner Bill Hutchinson, are back. Missing from the group is excavator operator Tom Petty, who was suddenly called away. So Craig has a surprise.
I'm gonna be running the excavator today.
Baby.
So heads up, guys. I think I'm gonna take a chance and give it a whirl.
It's something Craig hasn't attempted in many years.
Go into the wall and pull it back.
Yeah, that was perfect.
This season, they have found bits and pieces of aquamarine, so they believe there must be a pocket in this area. The signs are there. They just have to find the spot.
See that piece of blue right there? Look, Bill. Gosh. I just looked and there it was. Look how pretty that is. Craig's excavating and I'm looking around and there's just a little, sitting on the little rock, a piece of aquamarine, and it was beautiful. There's gotta be a pocket in there.
Come on, baby, pop. That's how it goes in geology. You know, you hit, miss, dive, left, right.
Well, you're definitely digging the right area. Lots of ice.
Flew right in that ice.
They're seeing blue beryl, which means aqua could be just below, but it's all packed in ancient ice.
You know, we're still dealing with permafrost. You know, we've got bands of ice that we're digging through that are just there year-round.
Can't get in anywhere. Just into ice everywhere.
And then, a new and different problem.
Oh, look at the goats. They're walking right up on our work site. That's pretty darn brave right there.
Oh, now they're coming up here.
It's the first time I've ever seen one come up here and, like, while we're working. Put you to work around here, goats. You better beat it.
Oh, that was interesting. Scary, too, at the same time.
They're very aggressive, especially with the babies around. They will roll your butt down the hill.
Go on.
They've never came over this close.
No, right where we're working. 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 No, right where we're working